from our senators because they really come out to face the people. And as the people, this is what we have. This is our suggestions. And as we people, we actually trust them to represent us, right? So the people were there to voice out their opinion, and the senators are really ready to face the people. And I really admire that.
And I think that is what is key. That whole exchange, facing the people and hearing their cries, their pleas, and their recommendations, it really, to me, because I looked at the exchange, all the senators sat there taking in everything and feel, really putting themselves sometimes in the positions of the business people.
The last thing that I would say to most of to the people at the Virgin Islands is, do not listen to those radio shows that are promoting violence for uprising and stuff like that, because all we're going to do is burn down on our own homes and destroy our own property. So be careful. These people are out there calling themselves political, whatever. Be careful with them. Some of them are union representative walking around with petition. Be careful with these people. These people will lead you down the wrong road and you end up without a job, and they don't have no way of helping you. So before you take the wrong way, think for yourself. Don't let people put things in your head. Think clearly. Let the union president set meetings with the whole member. The members give the information back to the president, the union president, and they could talk to the people in power, mainly the legislature. Let we sit down to the table and work this thing out. I don't want to see nobody go home. I don't want to see nobody burning down and breaking up nobody's car in town. No, we ain't going that way. Them thing there has been played out. We ain't that type of people. So don't listen to these people.
Well, it's a shared sacrifice.
Yeah,
and to that end, it means the government workers, the elected officials, it means the private sector. We have to share in the sacrifice, and that is what is very important. Gemma, you were saying something?
Yeah, and because we people elect our legislature, the legislature body, the government, we have to put trust in them. And these people should also, in return, would tell us, or would actually be open to us too.
Right. We got 2 more calls. We're going to take them quickly, and then we're going to have to close out. Morning, caller.
Just quickly, Carol. If the town hall, right?
Yes.
You see the valuable information you get from the business community.
Yes.
We've been talking. Remember, I called the show and I told the senator to let's hold some town hall meeting.
You sure did. You sure did. Yes,
from the Hopensa with the Hopensa prices.
Yeah.
And we didn't get no town hall. The first set of people that got it was the business community.
Well, we get it. It's still get, and we're gonna get more. And the others will not necessarily include the business community.
Well, we're watching to see.
Okay.
Well, this one was a combination of, even though they said business, it was a combination of business and people in the community. So
I understand, but the focus was business.
Yeah, it was.
And when we had advocate for the one with the offense after when we were going to the situation with the spill, we asked for it from then, and look how long it's been.
No, but they had one. They had one at Complex that I went to.
Which one?
With the Hopensa spill, and they had people came down to explain.
Right.
Yeah.
But are we talking about even with this?
Talking for the senators, yeah.
With the Senate, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay, thanks for the time.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And I just want to say, though, that really and truly the leadership at the Chambers of Commerce, the Executive Director on St. Croix, Mr. Dembeck, and Mr. Joe O'Bain on St. Thomas, assisted me in coordinating these town hall meetings on behalf of Senate President Russell, and they were very committed to this event. We're going to take our last caller. Good morning, caller.
Good morning. I was at the St. Croix meeting, and I just have one comment only and quickly. Are you aware, though, that some of the unions, because I don't know about all the unions because there are too many of them, just know some of the unions were suggesting to the Senate that there be a sliding scale. And they're saying now, because I know some of these members, these people involved, and they're saying that was just ignored. So that's why we got the 8%. But you can, investigate and see if that was true.
But I'll respond quickly as well. To my knowledge, it was considered, but it was ultimately not chosen as an option.
But if you do the math with the 8%, and they say that it's fair for everyone to get 8%, the numbers don't come out that way. It's not the same impact for a person making $30,000 as a person making $150,000.
Mm-hmm.
It's not equal. It's an equal impact. It isn't. I mean, anyone who can sit down and just go through the math, and you'll see what the impact is on the people at the lower scale from the higher scale, and it's not equal. I wouldn't call that equal.
Okay.
But again, you have to decide.
No, not me, but the senators, and so that, I guess that's what they weighed everything from. I guess they did a cost benefit analysis on it, and they decided to go with the 8%. That is my assumption.
And I've done a cost benefit analysis as well, because I'm trained in that area, and it's not right. I mean, it's not fair. So I don't know who did it for them, but something's wrong.
Okay.
I think they realize that because of so many people in the communities, not in favor of the 8%, they are trying to gather the number together to rescind that 8%. And I think it will be the best thing they do. But it will be the best thing they do to rescind it. But what will be the next option to stop?
It needs to be a sliding scale.
But that's if the governor accept on the people and the higher end accept, because...
But they can override the governor. You know that.
No,
the
but
majority can override the governor.
If you look at judges and some of these people, doctors and stuff, you can't force them to a sliding. They have to volunteer.
Yes.
So
well, you can't, because it's an co-equal branch of government, and so they can't force it. But
I understand that.
We hear what you're saying.
That's why we have a structural problem here, even in the way the government functions. The judges should be elected just like the senators.
Yeah. I'm in favor of a sliding scale, so that's a given. I'm in favor of the sliding scale.
But
it has to be something like that. Otherwise, we're just wasting our time, because there's a bigger deficit coming down the road.
This is only little pickles in the basket,
That's right. This is a small amount.
And that's right.
Because even if we do the sliding scale, we still gonna have to find ways of cutting someplace else later on down the line.
And that means cutting some positions and cutting the duplication of efforts in all of these different agencies.
Cutting the waste period.
And
that's right.
One of the biggest things that we're wasting money on is these boards the boards that we're creating. The
boards should be elected too.
The boards were created to help the government, and so far none of these boards have been successful. None.
Well, but just look at the case in St. Thomas that we just had, and we probably have it again with the hospital. Many of the board members signed up on things they didn't even read. And they admitted that in court. Okay. And that's why the case came out the way it did so far, because it was approved by the board, so those people aren't guilty.
Yes. So anyway, keep us posted as we go along.
I'm listening to you all the time. Don't worry.
Okay. Thank you for calling.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Okay. We're going to wrap up Beyond Politics. Just to summarize what we talked about this morning, and it's important to us. The issues that pertain to our economy and the budgeting issues, the deficit that we're realizing, it's real. I hear people saying that they ain't see the books, they ain't see the numbers, so they have doubt. I believe it's real. I believe we have a budget deficit. I feel it. Our government, look at how, you just look around you and you see how the businesses have been closing, and you see how the hours of operations have been reduced, and you see people out there not working. That's evidence that things are not working, that our government is in fact realizing a budget deficit. Today we talk about this government, we talk about the federal government, we talk about budgeting and deficit spending and raising the deficit ceiling, and earmarks like our president wants to address, and the shared sacrifice. The shared sacrifice is that all of us have to look at what we are, our personal responsibility, and what we can do in terms of adjusting our consumptions and being efficient, not just in our homes, but even at work. People leave the jobs and don't even turn off the lights, and you're the last person out. Be conscious of our surroundings and be a part of the shared sacrifice. Gemma, your final word.
Yeah. Okay. As President Lincoln noted a long time ago, liberty is indivisible. While it does not follow that non-citizen residents must have exactly the same legal rights, as the citizens, they cannot fail to affect the liberties of the citizen. And in the midst of this crisis, we are calling all people that they should come and share their skills to assist the community. So for the replay of this broadcast, please log on to www.beyondpoliticsvi.com.
Thank you.
In behalf of Senator Ronald E. Russell, the 29th President of the 29th Legislature, have a wonderful and peaceful weekend.
Join me at Wim Great House tomorrow. Come home to St. Croix.
Thank you so much, and everybody have a wonderful weekend, and God bless.